Are you sure? So be it. Did you miss me?
Hey there, this is an unexpected hangout here. Welcome to my Cantina night. And I thought I'd come here and just hang out with you guys and discuss some of the latest bullshit going on in Disney, Star Wars, because of Andor, and how easy it is to trigger these guys, these Star Wars, Disney Star Wars shows. But I just want to see how everybody's doing. This is unexpected. So if you're tuning in to another live, or you're like, oh shit, I didn't know Laura was going to be on, or you missed, that's perfectly fine. I'm this weekend, well, today I'm home alone, got stuff taken care of I needed to. And I was like, why not? Why not go live, hang out, see who pops on, who has the time? I know it's a Saturday. Tomorrow is Mother's Day here in America. And so people probably have things going on, but hey, thought I'd give it a chance and see if you guys will come hang out with me. So we'll wait here for a minute or two, and then I'll get started on the topic here. But in the meantime, I am asking if you guys, if you know any Star Wars cuss words, share them with me. Share them with me. I want to know, like, the more unusual, the better. There's so many out there. Like, there's the generic ones that we know because of the movies and some of the more popular books. But share while we're waiting here as well. Melissa Laura says, I'll be the first to say about the poodoo. Right. Mr. Dystopian is here. Welcome, welcome again. This is unexpected, I know, but I thought I'd do a Cantina night and we hang out and chat and talk about the state of Star Wars, according to now the atmosphere, the atmosphere that Andor created, and how, if you have any opposing words against Andor, or it seems like you do, it fucking triggers these shills so much. And it's been quite entertaining to see go down. I'm not kidding you. So share the stream out, like, subscribe if you haven't, and become a member if you haven't, because I do have watch party that is, or listen party, not watch party, but listen party that's going to happen next month in June. And we're going to begin the Young Jedi Knight series. And one book is 4 hours. So I'm going to split the book up between the book up in half. So listen to two hours, and then follow up on the following week or so. The last of the 2 hours on the book. Yes. Double A is here. Welcome. And Brandon the Awesome is here. Hello. How are you guys doing? Yeah, so if you haven't become a channel member yet, I would love for you to join us, especially if you're still exploring the expanded universe and you want, to, have fun and review it with the rest of us and, move through it with it. Spit. There we go. Here we go. So it's coming in. Let me go ahead and put it on a little stream below me. Let me see here. Share. Let me see. Can I copy? Let me see here. I know we have little banners we can use, and I always forget about them. So let me go ahead and edit this one here. Edit. There we go. So share any Star Wars cuss words in the chat. The unusual, the better. The more unusual, the better. There we go. All right. Oh, I got 20 people listening, watching. Hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. And this also streams on Twitter. So if you're over there listening, hello, welcome. If it's your first time, come over here and subscribe. Um, and if you want to come and join the chat, whether you agree with me or not, come on over. I don't mind Discord. I don't like minding, people who don't agree and has opposing thoughts. Oh crap. I just had cats scratched or running and they knocked some crap down. I'm just gonna leave it alone. All right. So as we start coming in, hello, hello. So those who have missed, if you aren't a channel member and you are interested in listening to, following along with listen parties and stuff, with the channel, become a channel member. We are beginning Young Jedi Nights next month. Brandon the Awesome, thank you so much. 14-month member chat here. I am now the proud owner of the holiday special. Well, awesome. Wow. Okay, cool. And then Ambor looks peak Star Wars. Fire, bruh. Right? Fire, bruh. Ambor is loads of bantha poodoo. Yes. So all right. So as we explore this universe of Star Wars on my channel through pre-Disney era, George Lucas era of Star Wars, there's so much that has been developed in Star Wars that we can do some deep dives into different areas and different aspects. And even this right here, Cuss Words, is another deep dive in that. I'm going to go ahead and check on what happened with those damn cats. I am watching my daughter's cats while she is in the Midwest visiting. So I'm going to go ahead and put on this real quick. Here it is. Everybody, where is it at? Where did it go? Lucas Facts. No. There we go.
Someone asked me to give the best reason why someone should read the expanded universe. After giving it a lot of thought, here's what I have to say. The expanded universe respects the reader. In the expanded universe, Luke Skywalker's optimism continues where it left off in Return of the Jedi. He's fulfilled hope to the galaxy, just like Obi-Wan said he would, not like the Disney movies where he gave up on the Jedi or even the whole galaxy for that matter. The character you see in those movies is not Luke. Luke isn't a quitter. He's not a pessimist. He's a leader. He's inspirational. And he's always there for his friends in times of need. Another character is Han Solo. He's introduced to us in A New Hope as a loner, a man who cares only for himself and nobody else. But by the end of Return of the Jedi, that all turns around when he finally finds friends he can trust and a true love to spend the rest of his life with. And that's exactly what he does in the expanded universe. Han is a devoted husband and father to Leia and their kids. He loves his family above all else. In the new movies, Han turns out to be a selfish deadbeat dad who ran out on his family when things get tough. It's a complete 180 from the character that we saw from Return of the Jedi. Now, another thing the EU does is it rewards its readers. Attention to detail when it comes to continuity has never been done at such a level as when it was performed by the expanded universe. Avid readers will constantly be rewarded for their diligence as comics, novels, video games, and even children's books share connections throughout the entire series, making it almost a flawless, continuous story. And though it has its minor flaws, it's still the best overall story and continuity out there, period. That's what the EU does. It respects and rewards its readers. And that's the best reason you should give it a try. Long live the expanded universe.
All right. Thank you guys for being on standby. Everything is well in the house. I just wanted to make sure because I heard a cat kind of like you had a low cry, and I'm like, oh shit, what if something landed on him? But all is well. So Brandon, the awesome $5 super chat. Hey, Alora, I recently acquired Tales from series of books as well as Darth Maul, Shadowhunter, Darth Vader, and The Cry of Shadow is coming. All right, so that's pretty cool. Build your collection up. I love seeing that. Melissa Lord says the best part through the though is look on Harrison's face while singing at the end. He's like, I'm gonna kill George. Laugh my ass off. Oh, you're talking about the holiday special, yes. And that's an interesting one because oh, and I have another super chat, so I didn't mean to. Oh, it just came in. Hello. So George did not want the holiday special to be published out to the public. And because it ended up being, and there's a whole story behind that. And I believe Tim talked about it on his channel. I never fully covered it here. That's going to be another topic that we can discuss in the future. That he tried to make sure that there's no copies. And then I believe, and I might be right or wrong, I'm not sure, but I believe since the acquisition of Star Wars or Lucasfilm by Disney, that then just dropped on YouTube and stuff like that. So there's that. So interesting little facts here. And Jim the Despot, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. If you're looking for Star Wars profanity, State Million did a video on that subject years ago. Would I recommend giving it a watch? I think that's who Soul Assassin shared with me. I could be wrong. It could be a different person, but there are, let me go ahead and take a look because I was watching it because I've never really explored. Whoops, that's not it. I haven't really, I talked and considered about doing a lore video on cuss words in Star Wars and all that, like you know, the different languages, different slangs, cuss words, all that, because like before I was saying, before I had the little mishap with the cats and stuff, is that Star Wars was developed so much, and it was a team effort with George. Mind you, this is all George's approval, what he wanted. Yeah, I get he may not have done it exactly the same, but this is all under what George set the foundation for. And but you know, we have, you know, different languages that was invented by the writers and even by George when he started writing even his movies and stuff like that. Different species, all that. There's so much depth in this galaxy, this universe, that we can cover a lot on this channel. And you know, just even going through the New Jedi Order series and breaking down events and what's going on, and not necessarily talking about the books and review and stuff like that, shares the depth that can, and this is just one single era of Star Wars, right? And one single piece in the timeline, the historical timeline. We can go through a lot and we can dive deep into different areas of Star Wars, different areas of the galaxy, the lore, the history, language, species, all of that. It's amazing. The video that was shared with me was from Saint Million. Is that who you said? Yes. Okay. So the same person. So yeah, so he did the breakdown. I thought about sharing it here. It's not relatively too long. It's like just little, like three minutes over, or 3 seconds over 9 minutes and stuff. The reason why I asked you guys to share, it has stopped ticking. I thought I did the banner. Reason why I asked you guys to share is because I want to see how much, not only how much you know, but I wanted to share like how we can use them or how it's used, what is, you know, cuss words or even slang in Star Wars. I think that's a great topic. And so why are we talking about this today? Some of you guys are not on Twitter, I know, but why are we talking about this? And I'll share that with you here pretty quick. All right, Melissa Lord says, George tried to destroy every copy of the holiday special, but people recorded it on beta, max, VHS, and kept it for decades until uploading to YouTube. Sorry, George. Yeah, exactly. All right, so I got that right. I wasn't sure. I wasn't fully sure, so that's why I'm like, take it with a grain of salt. That famous word, take it with a grain of salt, right? Thank you so much. And the Junior Jedi Knights novels are different from the Young Jedi Knight series. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So we're doing Young Jedi Knights yeah, so we're doing that. That's the 14 book series. And for if you become a member of the channel, my way of giving back, another prop is if you want any prints that I have, you as a discount, you can get 10% off. So that's another one that I fully don't talk to you. I still have copies for sale of the Asajj Ventress, Mistress of Rat Attack, and then I still have copies of Son of Kifu, the Quinlan Voss one. So and it's kind of funny how I painted those two in my origin series that I'm doing, and they are now a topic and a topic being discussed because of Disney Star Wars. Yeah, so that's interesting. So those are some other perks for you guys. So like if you guys want any prints, copies, and it doesn't have to necessarily be Star Wars either. It could be any one of my art, and I'm making copies. I'm professionally scanning to match up the color and all that of the images, so that when I make prints, have prints made, they match up exact or near exact to the original. So I'm doing that right now, so I could put on my online gallery on my website for you guys, so I can recommend it to you guys, and you can go do some shopping there if you don't want to do Redbubble, which goes more into a merch thing where you can get t-shirts and stuff. If you're more of like, hey, I think that's cool on a t-shirt, then go over there. If you're a channel member and you still want 10% off, I will figure that out for you on getting the discount code for those items for you. All right. Double A says, let's be honest, Mark Hamill looked high on cocaine in the holiday special. Oh my God, that's so hilarious. And then I haven't watched that in so long. It's like one, and my daughter was just young, and but it was like one Christmas, like Christmas Eve or something like that. She was like, hey, Mom, let's try to watch the holiday special. No, she said try, right? Because she knows too. We couldn't make it through it. We're like, we're done. No, we're done. We couldn't do it. We could not do it at all. So yeah. And let's see here. And all right. So Gibbet is here. Hello. If I missed anybody that's popping on and I didn't see you, hello. I'm not meaning to. OG, do I hate some stuff from the EU, but I love it the way more than I hate it. How much do you like or dislike the EU, OG? Okay, so my name here underneath EU elitist. What does that tell you? You know, but it's good. Everybody's gonna have their likes and dislikes with the movies, the books, the comics, the games. That's just human nature, I guess you could say. That's just individual preference. There's going to be some stories that I like that Melissa Lord may not, just for example, because we are two different individuals. We have two different interests, but our main interest and our main love is Star Wars, right? Pre-Disney, George Lucas era of Star Wars. And so there might be a story that may be slow to her, but I may be like, you know what? I like a lot of the points in here. So, you know, yeah, I get it slow, but I like the book, you know, whatever. So there are those things, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there are those things there that, you know, that makes the fandom great. But what really hurts the fandom, I guess you could say, I don't know if it hurts or separates pre-Disney Star Wars fans, George Lucas era Star Wars fans to the Disney Star Wars fan, is how much they cannot, how often they have proven that they cannot stand opposing criticism or likes or whatever to what they like. And we're seeing that now. So great question, because of the great segue into what we're going to talk about. Let me go ahead and pull the screen up. I just wanted to share some, because I know Melissa Lord's not on Twitter. So, but I know most of you guys that come sit in the chat and hang out are. So just to give context to what's going on, and I will share with you how bad these guys got triggered. And they're all claiming, it's so damn funny, they're all claiming, oh, that's weird, that, oh, we're making fun of you. We're not triggered. We're just making fun of you for what you said. I'm like, what? First of all, this is what I said according to is the not Bell Organa solo. Or not only when I say solo, Organa, Bell Organa. I'm so used to saying Leia Organa solo. My bad. Tear the shit out of this place. That's what he was telling the fake Mon Mothma or Mon Mothma. Tear the shit out of this place. That's what he's telling her. And so this person was like, this is my favorite Bell Organa quote. And this is not even what I say, it's not even pertaining to what Hannah said. Fine, sure, more power to you. I'm referring to the word shit, but I just was like, you know what? I'm going to share what Star Wars equivalency of the cuss word for shit is. And I'll use 3. I should have just used one example of Bantha Poodoo instead of putting our Poodoo without putting Bantha and shared a little bit more. But I didn't because I really didn't think like this would be a triggering factor for Disney shills, right? So Star Wars equivalency of cuss words for shit is in various forms is Poodoo, Bantha Poodoo, which this takes like bullshit, really, right? Holy Sith, and there's so much more. And I know there is more. But this is not Star Wars, just in name only. So I'm talking about original lore and not Disney lore. That's why I said that. So they went ape shit on this. And they're like, oh, we're just teasing you because you sound fucking stupid. Basically, this is me cussing and paraphrasing. But it triggered them. It triggered the hell out of them. Sith spawn. Yep. All right, and let's see here. Kathleen Kennedy, tear down the shit out of Lucasfilm and Star Wars. There you go. There you go. Good night, Lucas Garrison. You have a good one. Sleep well. Thank you for popping in and hanging out for a little time here. Catch the replay. If you want, hit the like button on the way out. All right, so got 40 beautiful souls in here. Hello, how are you doing? Hit that like button. And again, if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for hanging out. Please comment and let me know you came in to watch. And if there's anything you want to discuss or share with me, feel free to. Mr. Dystopian says, like I've said before, Andor is trying to chase the RDM, chase that RDM Battlestar Galactica audience. The more mature and gritty take on the series, but Disney couldn't have the same level of writing with theirs. And that's an interesting take. I've never watched Battlestar Galactica, so I can't really, say, okay, I see what you're saying. Honestly, I can't. But it's interesting because there are people who are telling me that, oh, this is so mature and adult content that those joke of words or whatever don't belong in it. It'll take it out of the moment that's being created. Now, we all have read, we all have watched, we all have played Star Wars. And even in the most gritty scenes that you may have read or seen and read in comics or whatever, there is Star Wars equivalent cuss words that don't take you out of the heated moment. So this is where they show that they aren't fans, that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. All they do is share this rhetoric, this groomed rhetoric that Disney and Lucasfilm has set up before the movie or the show came out. And we're seeing this time and time again. One of the other rhetorics or the words that is used is masterclass or masterpiece, mature, adult. You see what's going on here? And if you watched all the reviews before Andor aired, the season 2 aired, they really hyped it up with keywords like that. And I haven't done my homework yet, like fully done my homework yet on typing those words in Twitter, at least, to see how many, how many people pop up with that narrative. So I'm very curious about that. So let me see. And they're comparing also this to other things too. People are seeing. Oh, how come it's not letting me click? There we go. And King. Oh, there we go. Come on now. King Plutz de Soya. I'm so sorry if I fucking butchered. I'm sorry. I'll just say King. Okay. The tourists are mad. You were right. Galactic Basic has its own lingo and cuss words, but these TFA tourists also claim the EU never was canon. No, they fit that. They follow that rhetoric too. All right, let's see here. And that is not my bell organa. I don't give a fuck. I agree. I agree 100%. But you tell them that and they fucking go batshit crazy again. Dislike the Sith return in the Legacy comics. But I respect people who like the idea of the Sith returning. And again, in my opinion, there is no rules that the Sith can't return. Prophecies don't have timelines on how long they're going to last, and they don't have rules. It just means in the time when it happens, it's going to clear whatever is going on during the time. Lucas Gerson says, by the Emperor's Black Bones, Andor is overrated. Emperor's Black Bones. There you go. Another one. Good one. All right. I don't know why it keeps on saying that my internet is unstable, so hopefully we're okay here. King says they always say this, quote unquote, it'll take it out, but out it's jokey, quote unquote, when it's literally the canon lingo, even in their own bullshit canon. Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. Soul Assassins in the house. Quote unquote, Andor is mature HBO adult Star Wars show, quote unquote. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. The Ewoks cartoon is more mature than Andor. Oh my God. And Brandon says, it's so weird to me because the shills and Taurus pretend like the EU never existed, yet they get excited for Revan or Thrawn, even though they are from the EU. I agree. I'm gonna play. I don't have my mic plugged in. I'm gonna plug it in right now. So give me a sec. Come on. This time it's not. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Let's listen to this.
And I've always leaned towards if we're going to create something, we should check and see if it existed already to the fans, because it has way more value if we bring that in. And It's like, why would I just replace it with something new? So if we're going to do an admiral, if we're going to do a big military leader, yeah, I could create a new guy, sure. But what about Thrawn? Thrawn is great. Thrawn is a character we all know. Thrawn has a lot of credibility. So then you ask yourself, is it right to use him? And can we use him in a way that's similar to the books? Or are we using him and it's going to go completely into left field? And there have been times when we wanted to use things from the EU and I was like, yeah, but we can't use it that way. So why? I don't want to use it and change it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to use it and make it something completely different. That's rude.
All right. So when am I on? Yes, here I am. Okay. So when is it not rude to stick to the Star Wars lore, and when is it rude to use something that they're going to bastardize? And that's something I've been thinking about too, is because Disney Star Wars is a name only. Like the heart of it's gone, the foundation they already crumbled. And it's all revisionist history. So when is it good to use like English from before, and even the cuss words that were established before? Because when you look at the lore and what was established, it was to give the person watching, reading, diving into the universe, Star Wars, escapism, to the point of like, yeah, there's going to be similar things that we can relate to, they have chairs and they call them chairs. So there's going to be some things that are going to be addressed that are exactly like our stuff. I get it. And then there's going to be some things that are called something different, but it's still what we have here. And that's like refreshers, So, when talking about Disney folklore, basically, does it even matter anymore what they do? Right? Does it matter anymore what they do? Like if they decide not to adhere to any slang or in lore cuss words, does it even matter anymore? Would you say it's a dislike of what was created before, or not honoring what was created before? So where do we now say, fuck it, let them burn, right? And when do we still say, go back and defend from the revisionist history? Like, do we fully give up? Do we just let it fucking burn? Do we just, what is the stance anymore? What is the stance? Because with Andor right now, people who were like, I fucking hate what Disney's doing to Star Wars, blah, 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 blah. All that rhetoric that they spit out. And then they may use the EU to, back them up with what they're saying. Are now like, Star Wars is saved again. Andor's good. It's good. It's always been good. So there's this cognitive dissonance going on now, or something, to where people are forgetting what their stance has always been. And it hurts the George Lucas era fan base, I guess you could say, or whatever, in the long run, because now you're not being consistent with your values, your morals, your stance on and against Disney for what they're doing to the property. All you're showing is like, I hate it when I hate it, but I want Star Wars to be good under Disney. So if they give me something good and they dangle that shit in front of me, I'm going to gobble it up. And who fucking cares what I said before? Right? Soul Assassin made it. Sorry I'm late. I was on the phone with fam. Yes, people are more like me running around. yeah, we're on like a quote unquote holiday weekend. Mother's Day is tomorrow, so some people celebrate day early or day after, and it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So I present these questions here because just taking a look at the state of Star Wars today, and this this tweet that I did and the Disney shill response had me thinking about that. Like, what the hell is going on here? When a show comes out and you want to say, oh, it's better than what George Lucas ever did, and it can't have this or that kind of thing is good in Star Wars, but not for this, then I have to say, okay, so this isn't Star Wars then, right? Because you're saying Star Wars lore, like the language, a word or whatever, is not good for this because it's so much better and mature content. It doesn't need it. So are you saying that what was created in Star Wars before is not mature? That it wasn't better now? Like now that this has been created, it's not better? It's not Star Wars, right? It's not Star Wars. So it's like I said, it's got the skin. It's skinned like Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. It is not Star Wars. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Dave, the liar Filoni. Yes, I see that. Even Darth Bane didn't like the Sith Return and Legacy, by the way. I love Darth Krayt, Darth Talon, Darth Nihil. He didn't like the one Sith. So it's not that he didn't like Sith returning. He didn't like the one Sith. That's the thing. They broke away from the rule of two. And that was the big deal with him. All right. This is why we make fun of them. Their tourist shills even say we need to get over us wanting at least our EU stories to be complete. All we need is 7 through 8, more books. That's it. But God forbid. There's that gaslighting. Let's see here. I guess you're right. George Lucas never said that the prophecy would last forever. It doesn't. How rude. Let's see here. What a damn liar he is. Yep, I get it. Let's see here. Let me scroll down. It's copy and paste. All right. I'm going to see here. I want to get to see if you guys said anything about what I've been covering, what I've been saying. I'm going to go up from the bottom, the recent tweet, chat. So Assassin says, Bane believed his version of the Sith was the true way since it worked and saw Kraid as pretender, and his order will fall when he died. Yeah, that's the thing. How wooed. How wooed. ESB, Empire Strikes Back. Oh, come on now. Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith was the most mature of the Star Wars movies. And what is your favorite Sith Lord in the EU? I don't know. That's a tough one. There's so many. Do you get down from there? Come on, sweetheart. Get down. Sorry about that. I got 2 adolescent type cats, and they think they can climb on everything. That's why there was a crash earlier. All right, so that's hard to tell. Let me get back with you. I got to think about that because that does change during sometimes. Yeah, but I mean, there's so many well-written Sith characters. That's a tough one. Toby has the high ground. Toby right now, I don't know where he's at, but he's chilling somewhere. He's done with these 2 younger cats' energy right now. Let's see here. Remember, they still resell the EU as Legends with the sticker to absolutely get people to not buy the real canon with the ugly sticker. They also flip-flop on Couture era. All right. So let me go ahead and scroll down and share with you guys what was going on. All right. And I did share this video that we talked about earlier. So, and I dedicated to this everybody in the Twitter chat feed here, to all who pre-Dunky Star Wars who got triggered by my comment, how to Star Wars or how to swear in Star Wars. Yeah, so how to swear in Star Wars. So this one right here, we have Gwynnyverse here. Your grift is bad and you need to grow up. So because I shared the equivalency, the Star Wars equivalency word for shit, I need to grow up because Andor's mature content, right? And let's see here. Let's see. Are you going to take your time to open up? Yes, you are. Of course. There we go. And she goes, or whoever this is, I don't need a video to teach me how to swear. Watch this. And she goes off on a little Tourette's stance. And, so I went ahead and went after her for that, but I'm not going to share that. You guys can check it on Twitter. And then everyone is triggered because I got triggered and cried about something and I got called out for being dumb. And this is from this guy here. And so I shared this. He tried to have it at me, and it's all fucking stupid because all I shared was the Star Wars words equivalent for shit. And they all went batshit crazy. This guy right here tried to put in, suggest my political leanings, why this is such a stupid comment, which it's standard for the shills to go and attack character, no matter if it's, what you stand for or whatever. So we have that. And you have this guy here. These green dots are like insufferable people, but this guy always tries to have at me. But, he's just one of those shills again. You're a fan, but in name only because I share the equivalents of cuss words of shit of cuss words in Star Wars for shit, So I'm not a fan because I've shared that. So this is the depth of what's going on in there. So I know, Melissa Lord, if you're still here, you don't really have Twitter. That's what's going on. It's that this is how much you can trigger just by basically being inspired by a certain word a Disney character has said. And then you go and say, hey, this is how you say it in Star Wars. But they also got triggered because I said Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars too. So that's another thing. Let's see here. A lot of weak mind idiots. Yes. Mental illness in the country desperately needs to be addressed. Hello, Lord Master Chris. How are you doing? Another channel member. Again, become a channel member because we're going to start the listen parties for Young Jedi Knights in June. I will send out dates and more information here pretty soon. All right, let's go on. Poodoo, that would take all of the seriousness out of this scene. And I didn't say poodoo in general. Yes, I used two examples. One poodoo by itself, bantha poodoo earlier, and then I use another one. What was it again? I know I had Sith in it. I should remember the shit, but I don't. Holy Sith. And I used Holy Sith. But they always go back to the poodoo because maybe I used poodoo in two different variations as an example. And I also stated there are more. And they all went batshit crazy about the word poodoo. They all went poodoo. And pun intended, they all went poodoo over the word poodoo. I'm not shitting you. I'm not. It's crippin' crazy. Okay, you sent me a glossary. Okay, let me go ahead. Well, I'm going to pull it up here pretty soon. Let me see. But let's go through this a little bit more because I just want to share with you guys the state of Star Wars right now, or Disney Star Wars right now. Especially when you talk or they think you're talking against their beloved Andor because it's masterclass. It's so mature. And you have to be very intelligent just to get what they're doing. That's the rhetoric that was set up by Disney, Lucasfilm, and the media for them to follow. And they got it hook, line, and sinker. Andor is bad because Bale didn't say poodoo. And I didn't say that whatsoever. I was just sharing that, the equivalent, Star Wars equivalent of that word. And I just shared that. And then grow up. So someone who has him here, and his name is Nude Gunray, is telling me to grow up after sharing Star Wars word equivalency for shit. Okay. And then this little joint here, Lilac says, today on, I just hate everything and will nitpick what I can. Is that what you got? Because I could have said something a lot worse and really tore into Andor. But I was just sharing the equivalent of shit, right? In Star Wars, just that. And you're going to go batshit crazy over a simple tweet where if you're a few people in this my tweet was like, oh, here's a word for this, or here's a word for that, blah, 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 blah. They were actually sharing other words. But these people are the common George Lucas era Star Wars fans. There's a huge fucking difference between these fake Disney Star Wars fans and the real George Lucas era Star Wars fans, because those ones that have been with the franchise and knows the lore, all of that, were like, hey, here's the cuss word for this or that or this, and sharing and not taking offense. They got what I was sharing, that other words can be used, yes, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they should have put this or that for that. I was just saying here's the words equivalent for shit in Star Wars, right? And they went batshit crazy. Are you mad because Belle didn't say, tear the poodoo out of this place? See what I'm saying? And this guy here, imagine being this much of a disingenuous grifter. Again, because I was just sharing some lore facts on the word. See how they do this? And so we have someone here sharing, they say criff and sang and stuff like that. And I get that. That's, I my focus was not to trigger anybody. Like, I wasn't like, oh, today I'm going to do this. And so I see how many Disney Star Wars fans I can trigger, right? How many shills I can trigger. But this ended up being the shill fly tape. It caught a lot of them. Even caught J.I. Acup. Even caught J.I. Acup. Isn't that fucking crazy? All right. If I were spending this much time discussing what people in Star Wars used for the word shit, I'd start contemplating why I care so much. It's weird. Well, you know, I'm a fan of Star Wars, and I like to share what I know. This is what my platform is about. Soul Assassin says it's the folly with Star Wars fandom. We don't gatekeep when we didn't gatekeep when we had the chance. I get it. I am hiding right now because I am totally like today. I don't feel that my presence is needed on camera because I don't have no makeup on. My hair is all like shambled up in a crazy ass bun, and I have this T-shirt that has stars. It's like the symbol for Leo astrology. No, I'm not gonna do that, but thank you. Let me see here. And Scorch uses freely freeling for the F word in yeah, we can look up so much. In fact, we're going to do that, but let's go ahead and finish this off, and then we'll look up, thank you, Soul Assassin, for the list, but we are going to look at it and just discuss some more. And you could share with even slang, because like some of this is slang, a lot of this is cuss words, and these are all from different languages and different species languages, I guess you can say, in Star Wars. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's a good topic to talk about. And this daddy poobs talking about retarded. They already said shit in season 1 of Andor, and that's not what I'm disputing. Really. I thought that was funny. And this is this the theorist take? Are you just joking? I'm talking about the lore and what the equivalent word for shit is in the lore. So and these people, I think these guys have some kind of mental disconnect. Like their reading comprehension is terrible. Or they just want to automatically be triggered because, oh boy, it looks like she's talking against Andor. Can't have it because it's the best thing ever, kind of deal. Yeah, and here's another one. Sharing about space slurs, racial slurs and stuff. And it says, Lafayette, you got triggered by a grown-up word. See what we're dealing with here? I didn't see this one here before, but hey, it is what it is. You got triggered by a grown-up word. Where in the hell does my tweet say that I'm upset, that I'm speaking against what he said? Or I wanted them to change it to a Star Wars equivalency word for it. And if you know me, I cuss all the fucking time. Yeah, I cuss all the fucking time. Oh my God. Hello, Helium29. Disney Star Wars is dookie. Dookie shit. You can use Star Wars words or you can use English words. I'm not going to get triggered. Let's see here. Where did it leave off? Oh my goodness. Where did it go? It jumped? All my chat jumped. You guys are on it. Let's see here. Smoke deGrasse Tyson. Clanker is our word. And there, like I said, there are some words that are still English version that's used in Star Wars for basic, and then there's some that aren't. So it's like once you dive into Star Wars and you start learning what basics about Arabish, basically. No pun intended when I said basically. You'll learn what isn't a Star Wars word, English word, I guess you could say, in Star Wars, and what is. Just like I shared refresher. So it's very, very it's very, very interesting to go and look up, And then this next one here, we're going to read that and then we'll pull up some other things. I just received the Jedi Trial and Revan books today. Awesome. All right, let's read this one here because it's making me laugh. So this bring Pat dollars back. Okay. Tear the poodoo out of this place. I'm so glad you're not in charge because he's happy that Kennedy's in charge. Right? Again, where did I say in my tweet that I wanted them to change the word to a Star Wars equivalent word for shit? No, it just reminded me, that word reminded me that there are different words in Star Wars for it, but I'm not saying. I could have easily said that if that's what I meant for that, because you guys know me, I'm no holds bar. I'm not going to shy away, and I'm going to do that if that's what I mean. I have the balls. In fact, some people think I have a dick. Yeah, yesterday someone said that someone else was riding my dick. I'm not shitting you. I am not shitting you. So because someone got so triggered that they decided to use that verbiage and stuff like that, it's kind of funny how these guys who are defending Disney Star Wars, what they go for when they get triggered, offended, and can't hold their ground, what they come up with. It's so damn funny. And then we have the gay emperor. I always like Sith spit. So there you go. See, we have some people here. And let's see. So we have, and here some people are like, hey, cool, I get what you're saying. It's a Hutt tease word. Come on on this comment on this place like Tatooine and elsewhere in the Outer Rim that are within the Hutt sphere and influence, but there's no particular reason why core words senators should use it. Who says that there should? Has he read and gotten to Star Wars? It's a core word that is used, but there's other words. Like I said, they're all focusing just on the word poodoo because I gave 2 examples of it. And then I gave another, Holy Sith. And I said there are more. There are more words equivalent to that. But they're all stuck on the poodoo. They're all stuck on the poodoo because you know what? They all just only watch the movies. Let's see. OG has a talent to trigger the weak-minded. I wasn't even trying, Soul Assassin. I was not even trying. It's so fucking funny. That was not my aim. Just a bantha poodoo. Sebula says it twice. It's fine. And so, but Bail Organa, he's Alderaan. Is it core? Is Alderaan in core or is it? I don't think Alderaan is a core word. Core world. Tongue twister. But it's not. I don't think it is a core world, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's more outwardly. It's towards the middle core area, but it's not. But that's neither here or there. Just because he is a senator doesn't mean he doesn't know slangs and cuss words from different groups and different areas of the galaxy. That would be fucking very ignorant of him if he didn't. Is it a core world? I thought it was outwardly, a little bit more outwardly, like the next one in towards the core. Okay. If it is, it's like slightly out there, but I know it's near Coruscant, but I know that from what I'm picturing in my mind, and again, I could be wrong because I don't have the map in front of me. In fact, no, I don't think the map is going to be efficient in the New Jedi Order source book because it just shows the little dots of the invasion. And it's all good. I thought it was not particularly in the core world, but more in the mid-rim. I thought it was in mid-rim. Oh, it's not in part of the colonies? Okay, I thought it was mid-rim or colonies or something like that. But yeah, but with that being said, why would a senator not know? Especially Bail Organa, who is basically a person that stands up for the people. And the people's not just a human race. And this is what Andor has been suggesting. Like that Gorman world. Where are the native species for that? I'm sorry, humans are not from Gorman. Like the human species from Star Wars is not from Gorman. So where are the native species? Because humans, basically, I'm just going to use these words because that's what they are. They colonized. Their origins is from Coruscant. The origins of the human race evolved from a different species. I forgot the name of it. I talked about it before. I'm like, I don't have it in front of me, and I'm drawing a friggin' blank on that. But the human species is said to have originated from Coruscant, evolved from another race, like another humanoid race, basically, and from there started colonizing. Once the technology was advanced and stuff, started colonizing different worlds. That's why, in Star Wars, it's not about the humans race, because no, it's not the Tong. Sorry, it's not the Tong. It starts with a Z. I think it's a Z. It's not the Tong. So after technology advanced and stuff, they, started settling different worlds and stuff like that. And, that's why there's not particularly any race of humans, like Hispanic, Asian, what have you. They're associated by the planet they were born. Yeah, the Tong started the Mandalorians. So who are the species on Gorman, like for Disney Star Wars? And I didn't look for, like, originally for real Star Wars. And what did these humans do to these species? So we're going to say that those Gormans that got massacred are xenophobic against the species at the planet that they settled on? Or is it like Tatooine, where the species are anti-human, like the Sand People? So there's things that I question here that don't fit right in Star Wars, especially Andor, because Andor, yeah, they have a little bit of aliens, but you know what? It's a human experience. It's like everything in there is a human experience. And someone's like, someone says, Robo bitch. Who gives a fuck? Well, obviously you do, because you came and commented on it. And this right here, I don't know what the hell he's trying to say, or he's trying to be snarky or whatever, but who fucking cares? He got owned by he got owned by Jeremy on Geeks and Gamer because he wanted to, tell on Darth Melvin, Hello Knights of Melvin and Gatekeepers Alliance, that he wanted to tell Jeremy that Darth Melvin was picking on him. And so he super chatted him. And from there, Jeremy's like, hey, I like Darth Melvin. So it's funny. And then they go to this, you meet this right here. They go with insults and stuff like this. Not insults, I wouldn't say. They get snarky. I mean, they speak English. No, they don't. They speak Basic. Basic is Arabish. And it's similar, but it's not. It's not English. But it's just a translation of what the character canonically speaks, which is usually Basic. Okay, so he gets it right here. Only but Basic, like I said, if you know the lore, there are words that are different. Like I said, I'm just going to use it refreshers because I've been talking about that already, instead of bathroom. So there's words that are changed. There's even cuss words that are changed that are used, and so on and so forth. Only in most Star Wars shows, cussing isn't translated. He's saying, oh, it's translating, but is the word shit really a Arabish word, right? Is it really an Arabish word? In Andor, Pudu is simply correctly translated from shit. So he's trying to say, oh, they're just translating it. Well, I don't think so, because when you get into the Star Wars lore, there is, like I said, refreshers is for bathroom. And then, there's different equivalents to, what is changed, what's not. You got to know what you're talking about. And like this right here, I wouldn't say he's necessarily triggered, but he's just like, I'm going to correct her. And the thing is I'm not talking against what Belle said there. The word reminded me that there's other word in Star Wars for that word. That's all. That's it. Han Solo says real swear words in A New Hope and Empire. He used hell, which is actually a place that the Corellians believe in. That's a difference. So he that's the only word he uses. Silly made up curse words are fine and this is what I wanted to get to. Silly made up cuss words are fine in Star Wars media. So Star Wars media, but they simply couldn't fit with the tone of this series. Well, the series isn't Star Wars media, so there you go. But because this series is such a masterclass, so mature and intelligent, we don't want to trash it with Star Wars lore and how, the Star Wars language and basic and all that is used. You get what they're saying here? It's like it isn't Star Wars. It isn't. But because I think it's such a intelligent done show that no Star Wars should be put in there. Dexter says the damn in Attack of the Clones. I swear, the only swear word besides Shebla and the Phantom Menace says in the prequels. I don't recall Dexter saying damn, but if he does, he does. Like I said, there are words used, and there's words that aren't, which are the English equivalent for basic. And so with that being said, I don't remember him saying damn, but if he does, that's cool. I haven't watched that one in a while. And there's technically, ironically, there's no swear words in Revenge of the Sith. That'd be a cool place to have a lot of swear words, right? Like a lot of like Star Wars equivalent words and stuff. They don't have any imagination. They only see the modern world and themselves in anything. They want Star Wars to mirror them. And like I said, I'm not saying that there isn't any English equivalent cuss words or whatever in Star Wars for basic. I'm not saying that either. And so those in here don't get that confused either. All I'm saying is like there's these words that are equivalent to the word shit there. And I'm not saying that Belle should have said that fake Bail Organa should have said that. I'm not saying that either. And that's where this cognitive dissonance happens. They could use so many words instead of shit, like poodoo, bantha fodder, emperor's black bones, Sith fits, spawn, Filoni shows, and yeah, I know. But like I said, I'm not saying that. But hey, to each their own. I have many people come to me and tell me after that tweet that this took them out of the moment when they heard the word shit and how Belle was talking, took them out of the moment. And that's a fair assessment. But don't tell that to the Disney shills. Don't tell. And see, you're just establishing right here the word damn in Star Wars, which probably, maybe. Like I said, I'm not saying that there isn't an equivalent English word, but there's a lot of words that are changed and made something else that it's stayed like that. There's a consistency with that. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, but Bill said the word shit in Andor. He said the word shit. Watch. Let me go to it. And this is Robbie's the one that says it. And I'll go up there and I'll show you J.I. Ickup's little rant about me, and then we'll get into the list there. He also could have just said, tear this place apart. Unnecessarily attempt to be edgy and adult just comes off as cringy. Then again, that's been Star Wars since The Force Awakens. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. So let's see here. I mean, this goes on, and it'll probably go on forever because Star Wars, it's me. I'm the boogeyman. So anytime that they want to try to tear into me, they'll take the opportunity, and I'll show you case in point here pretty soon. Like right here, tear the shit out of this place. So here you go. All right, let me see here. I want to go ahead and I'm going to remove this. I'm going to find where I need to be, see if it shows up with me scrolling around. If not, then that's fine. I'll just reshare. So slang words. Slang words can be used as cuss words. They can be used just for fun. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite slang word? What is your favorite Star Wars slang word? Let me see. I'm scrolling down trying to look for what I need to find. And it's so funny that Jacob jumped onto this train. He has me blocked, and he jumped onto this chain here, which more power to him, I guess. I don't know. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, you know what? It might be in my profile. I could be wrong though. No, what I'm gonna do is look in my one of my DMs. Let's see here. Star Triggered. I could find it here because it's make sure I'm not sharing screen. I know I took it off. Yeah, it's off. It's off. Let's see here. All right, found. I find. Let me see if it shows up on my end. No, it's not. Let me see. I might have to reshare that. I hate that I have to reshare that. Oh no, it's right here. All right, so here it is. I'm going to go ahead and click on this real quick so we can get through it. Hey, babe. Okay. So this is J.I. Jacob. So he decided to jump on the train. Imagine having the audacity to hate on Star Wars. Oh, the audacity, because Bail Organa didn't say poodoo in the Senate. And then he goes on to say, also just my 2 cents here. Jacob, you're broke. But maybe if your biggest complaint with a show is he didn't say a funny in-universe poop word, he has to use the word poop. Oh my fucking God. I didn't realize that. He had to use the word poop. You legitimately don't understand the media you are watching and engaging with. Well, yeah, I don't understand Disney Star Wars because it isn't Star Wars and it doesn't make sense to its own continuity a lot of times. And it doesn't make sense to what George left them, sold to them. But I do understand real Star Wars. And what I did share is what I understood, the media that I understood, the lore I understood. And I gave example of different ways the word shit can be used in Star Wars, right? Like how it's being used in Star Wars. Yeah, so there's that. And then I went ahead and tagged him because he has me blocked. Right? Because, he's a fucking pussy ass coward. I sure triggered him by simply shared a few Star Wars words for shit. They go to the word poodoo when I clearly shared a few examples and noted there are more. As for understand the Star Wars media, of course I understand Star Wars media. It's lore. Sharing examples of in-world words is proof to that. But again, the media in question here is not Star Wars. So that's what I said to him. Lord Master Chris, thank you so much. Member for 1 month, member chat. EUDS, Expanding Universe Derangement Syndrome. There you go. There you go. Steve Palpatine needs to troll J.I. Ickham. And says, don't understand shill media, but has real subs and not paid for ones like Jacob. There you go. There you go. All right. You should block Jacob back so he can't keep quoting, replying you from. No, he could screenshot like I did because you could still do all that shit. So it doesn't really matter. Let's see here. Guess evicted Speed got a new place to stay. Let's see. Jacob is a candy ass. Yes, he is. My first reaction to Bail Organa recast was I haven't heard about Benjamin Bratt since Law and Order, and I forgot he was in that. It's been a long time since I even paid attention to that. Kark is fun to say. It sure is. All right. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pull up the list here. Stop screen. And you guys, honestly, this is the state of Star Wars here. It's like people, these Disney shills, and I'm talking about state of Disney Star Wars. These Disney shills are so fucking easy to trigger. They get upset about every little thing. They can't even like to take a look at it and say, oh, okay, I get what she's saying here. These words I didn't know. They have to get so hung up on something because it looks like she's bashing my Andor. You can't bash my Andor kind of deal. All right. Alien language glossary. I swear I can English today. Let's see here. Should we share? All right. Thank you so much. And Soul Assassin, do you have this book or did you just look it up and get the list? Because I didn't have a chance to even check anything out. And I don't think I have a book with the alien language glossary, I don't think. So do you recall where this is from? I might have it. I might have something like this, but I have so much stuff. Wizard is fun to say since it gets and on OG's nerves a little. You're going there. You are going there. Okay, let's see. Because these shills swear Star Wars is still so popular, but also blame us for their product failing. Ichuta, how rude. All right. So let's get into this here. So we have Barbie, slang for pig. Boska. Let's go. Come on. So these are language glossary. So it's not all cuss words and stuff like that. There can be slang and common words like chica is woman. Chesko, be careful. Chubba, hey you, literally a garg amphibian food source. Okay, the chaba. And let's see here. And then you have chuff, which is sucking, a derogatory modifier. Chuff, sucking, a derogatory modifier. Choot toot, never mind. Let me see here. Let me find another one here. You have daikut, foolish person or idiot. I'm gonna remember that one. I don't recall ever seeing that, but I might have. I mean, I read a lot. I visit a lot of Star Wars and stuff. So, and let's see here. Droid for droid. And let me see here. Fracking. There you go. Is derogatory explanative. And I'm going to comprise a better list of like all the slang and cuss words and stuff like that. And we just need to have a basic talk on that and share the words, the origins and stuff like that. Let's see what else is there. So carp is a term of insult. And kochu is idiot. Creeping is another cuss word, I guess you can say. And crope is an insult. They're not giving the exact explanation or how they're not saying exactly what it means. I wish they would, but when you look further, you'll find what they mean and stuff. And you have loca, which is crazy. Soul Assassin loca is a Star Wars word. And then Los Noi Jitol is a curse word, I guess. I don't know if I said that wrong. And then Murglaka or Murglok is a derogatory spacer term. So there's all these. These are, like I said, this is fun. Staying is another curse word, I guess you can say. Spogik, a term of insult. So you have, and these all come from different origins. Let's see here. I forgot. Anton Rand calls the handmaiden a Shuta and Kotor too. There you go. How rude. Wait, Anakin said a swear word. He called Sabella Slimo. That's a timeout chosen one. You Slimo, right? When they were going back and forth. Yeah. I got it from one of the Legacy Epic Collection books. Oh, okay. Which one do you remember? All right. So this is all interesting. And I encourage you guys to look further in there. And you know what? Share it like on your social media when you are like talking and when you're going against a shill, and maybe when you're talking about Andor, use the Star Wars equivalent words for your cuss words, and have fun with it. Yes, I'm instigating this because you know what? Why not have some fun with this shit? They already got triggered about my tweet sharing the equivalent for shit. Might as well have fun with it, right? Yep, I guess Spanish made it into the galaxy far, far away. At least the female term did, right? The female term loca did, but not local. I'm sorry. You know. I'm so sorry. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to and then you have Nagola is not bad. Nerf herder is a term for insult. You know, so with that being said, you know what? I'm going to play that video. It's about a 9-minute video. So if you guys want to grab a drink, the author, the creator of the video goes through what they mean. And he has some funny points in there too, which is very, very entertaining. So why not? And then you guys subscribe to him, or at least check it out and see if his content is something you like. It's fine. This was, oh, well, no, it's not fine. I wish you would have got a notification. You should have. You're a channel member and a mod. Yeah. But if this was an unexpected, like, planning of a Cantina night, so thank you for coming in. You can catch the replay too. We're just going over my simple tweet of, you know, sharing the Star Wars equivalent words for shit and how it triggered all these Disney shills. And we're just talking about slang and cuss words in Star Wars in general. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up that video. Let me go ahead and take this off screen, see if I can get this video going. And again, I know it's funnier than hell. It's like we got these people just going batshit crazy, and they're like, "Oh no, you know, we're not triggered. We're not triggered. We're just making fun of you." I'm like, "Sure you are. Sure you are. Just keep telling yourself that. Just keep telling yourself that." Let me see here. I know I have it here because I shared it so many times. So let me scroll down. Here we go. But I really need to just do a video on Star Wars slang and cuss words and stuff, and various languages and stuff, because I think it's very interesting how much time and effort has been put into this. Ooh. Okay, not yet. Not yet, darling. Not yet. Not yet. All right. I thought I had already stopped it from playing. So let me share. But yeah, I want, you know, that's one thing I want to talk upon too, is like how unique Star Wars is in general, and what everything that was put into it to create a unique universe, something different, a place of escapism, basically. And let's see here. I am finally going to do a short Matt Wilkins style book review, theory, half-assed, no knowledge, having plagueis review has motivated me to write a script this weekend. Okay, you better write the script. There better not be no ghostwriters. I'm going to fucking call you out. It has to be your own. All right, OG, you need to start using that gif of Qui-Gon telling Jar Jar, the ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here. Yeah, I need to. You are so right. All right, you guys, so grab something to drink. Or a snack. It's just a little tiny bit, 3 seconds over 9 minutes, but I think it's very interesting to take a look at and get some of the exact definitions, or what's made of the exact definitions for some of these translations into Star Wars, these words. Oh wait, it'd be help if I didn't have it. Okay.
Half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
There's an old myth that says when you swear, you get dumberer.
The blockade is we dare not go against Jedi.
But research shows that people who swear more have a wider vocabulary. And you're more likely to be cark and honest. And you're more emotionally stable due to just venting it all out of your cargo hold. Oh yeah, cargo hold means ass. So does choobies. You know it's a real pain in my choobies when you're afraid of swearing in front of family, friends, coworkers. So I'm here to teach you the ways of swearing in Star Wars, which is the next logical selection. A universal, or should I say, galactic language. Fuck. Kark is the big one. Karking hell. Kark me, what the kark? You can also use criff or bricks. Like, what the bricks are you doing here? Hell is also in a see you on the dark side. Shit. Sith is an obvious one. Sith happens. What the Sith? Be right back. I gotta take a prognificating Sith. You could also say poodoo, which is Huttese for fodder. Snot, monk, and Osik is Mandalorian for shit. That's probably what Boba Fett said when he went into the Sarlacc pit. Oh, Osik. Also, shoutouts to the Patreon Discord who caught me missing this classic while they were watching the early access to this video.
Sith spit! I have to get out of here!
I can smell a perfume.
I smell something. Bullshit.
Bumblefluff, Beishfat is Huttese for bullshit. Bantha fodder or Bantha poodoo suggests that the thing to which the phrase is applied to is a lie, or worthless, or waste of time. And you can also substitute Bantha with any creature. Dewback poodoo, Minok poodoo, Yoda's race poodoo. Maybe nowadays you could say Grogu poodoo. Bitch is the next one. Piglet mommy is a derogatory statement used by Gamorreans, but I'm sure you could call anybody this and it'd be a pretty sick burn. Shuta. It's a Twi'lek insult against ladies based on a weasel creature from their planet, Ryloth.
Run? I didn't run from you two shuttas last time, and this time, I'm gonna make sure you stay down.
Damn. Rot, Broggle, Kessel, as in I'll be Kesseled, and Stang, as in Stang. Guess I'm walking.
Those crystals you're holding are very much like those found in a Jedi's lightsaber.
Spast!
Other random expletives include aw nuts, blast it, carbon flush, oh crap, Borg liquor, which is used by people who are prejudiced against cyborgs, bug slut, smeg, nerf herder, which is actually a legitimate hard-working occupation on Alderaan, but it's a term used as an insult among Alderaan nobility, so Leia is a classist pig, really. A carking piglet mommy. Pretzel bender implies somebody works a lowly job like pretzel bending. Man, there's a lot of occupation shaming in Star Wars. Another insult is predsil, confusingly. Bantha breath, bantha spew, son of a bantha, tub of bantha fat, one-eyed egg-sucking son of a slime devil, youngling. It's not an insult, but it's pretty funny to call an adult a youngling. Maybe it's a sick burn for a Jedi. Moisture boy. Highly offensive in the moisture farming scene, this one. Implies that a moisture farmer doesn't know what they're doing. Huh. The entropy I can't. I don't know what this means. Space ugly, as in, damn, Shuta, you space ugly. Rimkin, it's basically bumpkin for somebody in the outer rim. Bug face is a racist slur against Rhodians. How uncalled for. Squidhead might be perceived as a racist slur against the Quarren, but actually, this is what the race was called when the Kenner toy from 1983 came out. It wasn't until 7 years after Return of the Jedi that the species actually got a name, and it came from the first tabletop sourcebook from West End Games. So, lore? Slur? Why not both? And then there's all these other ones that are less interesting, but feel free to use them. They all fit the lore. Now's the point where we get into some more advanced swearing. Why not make fun of the boys in white? Or boys in blue? Both those phrases are in Star Wars, apparently. A white job is a clone trooper. Bucket heads are stormtroopers, which is honestly too cool to be an insult. Shoutouts to Buckethead. Scum fits any military group, rebel scum, imperial scum, black sun scum. No one's free of being called the horrible term scum. Noob, vape bait, is an unskilled pilot who makes an easy target, as in they get vaporized pretty quickly. Vaping is actually a modifier you could use on any of these swears, as in vaping moths. Probably referencing how Moff Tarkin was vaporized on the Death Star.
Stand by. Stand by. Ewanawanger.
My,
We've already covered a few hutties swears, but if you want to swear like a hut, you can add pedunky. It's basically calling somebody a punk ass. Stupa is hutties for fool. And one we already covered by like saying it, Beishfat.
Scrawny dough pot, Slimo.
Bia Gola Nachaska means stupid little princess. Ichuta Kuchu is idiot. Kung is scum. And Wakamancha means cowardly. Are you a droid and want to insult people? Well, here you go.
Don't you call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of grease.
Can of corrosion. Switch off. Who pissed in your power supply?
Rust bucket.
And of course,
once upon a time, organic meat bags bred out of control and filled the galaxy.
All right, here are some modifiers to enhance your swear game on all the existing swears we've learned. Back rocket means backwards, quaint, or inferior. Blinkin' implies somebody's stupid or high on spice. Barvy, scruffy looking. Vapin', milkin', snarkin', scroggin', burnin', prognificating, which is a disgusting act or natural phenomenon. Possibly some variation of defecating, putrefying, or both. Up next, we got exclamations, blaster bolts, Minoc muffins, Negatron, Losnoijitot, Tarkin's teeth, sweet Sookie.
Suck
Sweet Queen Quinella, sweet mother by the core, by oxide, by the Emperor's heart, by all of Alderaa's ghosts. Damn, that's a cold one. By the immortal gods of the Sith. And, Yetch my scug, we been farkled. Here's some bonus slang for you. Whinging Jimmies, slang for being frightened, as in, it gives me the whinging Jimmies. Lubed, made by Ben Skywalker, meaning cool. Yum Yum is Deveronian for girlfriend. And LOL is an acronym for laugh out loud, used in emails to express that something's amusing. So apparently in X-Wing Alliance, there was emails, and Vader's email is vader@imperial.emp. Lol. All right, here's some real-world examples for you that you can start with.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
I'm going to be late for work. I'll be kesseled if those nerf herders get anything done without me. I fragged your yum-yum from the cargo bay, youngling. Could be taken as, I snuck in the back door and drank your blue milk, kid. Or, I booty blasted your girl, sir or madam. You think you're lubed, moisture boy? Sorry to break it to you, but you're just a milking tub of bantha fat. By the vaping moths! You're space uglier than I thought. Listen, meatbag, why don't you get back to pretzel bending and let the droids finish their protocol, you bucket of smeg. You son of a Sith harlot, you thought you could cheat on me with that back rocket bug slut behind my back? Aw, nuts, my Scroggin pod racer's all bricksed up. Sweet Minoc muffins, I just sith my pants. So there you go, what kind of examples can you come up with? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and check out the Patreon. You can join the Discord over there and see some behind the scenes content. And a special thank you to my top tier supporters, Heliomorpha,
So there you go. I was fucking muted and I was all going off on a little praise. But thank you again. And you can't say that you don't learn from my channel. I know, I've seen that. I thought it went off mute. But you can't say you didn't learn from my channel, and I'm just upping your game on your cuss words. So it's gonna be very interesting. I'd love to see you guys. I know, boomer. Love to see you guys use what you learned here on your social media, especially against the shills. Let's see if they could catch on with that. And I have 98 beautiful souls here watching. Thank you again. Subscribe, smash the like button, come over here to YouTube and say hello or whatever. So it says, be sure to thank OG for expanding your swear vocabulary. Yes, you are welcome. No problem. And have a new channel member. Thank you so much. and a $2 super. Hey, OG, and hi, everyone. May the force be with you all. And hello, and thank you so much for your support of the channel. All right. Yes, I know. OG Boomer. I know. It happens. I clicked out instead of stopping. So when you use StreamYards and you click out of the tab and you don't stop it with the controls, you stay muted. And I forget about that. So it is what it is. So there you go. Up in your game on curse words and slang in Star Wars. And this video was very interesting. It was very fun, entertaining to watch, and how he presented these cuss words, these slangs, and how to use it. So very, very cool. Hey, Gabriel Knight is here. Masterclass is now a swear word after hearing and horror constantly saying it over and over the last few days. It's an overplayed word. I get it. And he's been dealing with the same jackass that I have the last couple of days. And he finally blocked me. I reciprocated. Then he was bragging about me blocking him after, because I guess he apparently unblocked me, but I'm keeping the block up. So there we go. He started it and I reciprocated, and I'm going to hold my stance. So he's not worth it. He basically, this idiot, this Dalton, this is another person who you would say is a fence rider, because he's like, I like all Star Wars. I like good Star Wars, and, and stuff like that. He basically was saying that George never went through backlash with the media critics, basically media critics, when it came to the OT, because he did in the OT time. He did. And with the PT. And then, I can, Jaina. So there you go. My emojis and stuff. Pretty cool, right? Thank you for sharing. I even got Talon in there. And if you guys didn't see the cosplay of Darth Talon in that clip, you missed out. You can plug it to the list. Yes, that's another one. So I want to comprise a bigger list than what was shared here. And I would love to do a lore video, go through that, have a conversation through a lore video or something. I don't know. I have these ideas. I have all these fucking ideas. There's so much to do. Hi, Kitty. There's so much to do, and so much content to share. It's amazing. Star Wars is fucking amazing. It's cripping amazing. There you go. I need to go and preach, do what I preach. It's cripping amazing. All right, you guys. Let's see here. Yes. There you go. Talon, Raven, Kate. I go between Cadus and Kitus. Darth Kitus, Darth Cadus. Jaina, Obi-Wan, Elitis. There you go. And I definitely know what I say, or what I thought. Yeah, I say. I can't even read. Yeah. Gabriel Knight, $4.99. Shields, be warned. You're not going to win a debate against Odie. She's a lore master, right? And I try my best to get accurate information when I talk about George Lucas and what happened to him with the media critics and stuff like that, because he had a T-shirt made for a reason when he was going through and making his prequel trilogies, because of the backlash from the past, including the Phantom Menace and stuff like that, with the media critics and such. And so and that Dolt basically was like, oh, George never went through any backlash. You are just doing conspiracy theories kind of bullshit. So those are the kind of people I deal with. And I'm like, dude, do your homework. Oh, I've done my homework. The classic shill talk. Oh, I do my homework, or all this, or oh that, kind of deal. And then when I stay on them, then they resort to the ad hominem kind of fallacies, retorts, and stuff like that. And poor Gabriel. Remember when I told you earlier in the beginning, those who were there from the beginning to tonight, remember when I said that, Shill was even saying I have a dick and that someone was dick riding me? He was talking about Gabriel Knight. I'm not shitting you. And it's so funny because people always if my avatar, if my image is an avatar and not an actual image of me, they'll assume that I'm a guy. He's like, I don't know. I know. I thought it was hilarious. I know. We're good. We're cool and stuff like that. I just thought it was hilarious. So these guys will assume that I'm, and even if my image is of me, a woman, they will still say I am a guy and I have a dick or whatever, ball. I don't know. So now I joke around and say, like, against these shills, my dick or my balls are bigger than yours could ever be, kind of deal. And I'm a woman, so I use that back on them. Might as well send it back to them, give it to them hard. Yes, I went there. He was pissed because we were clowning on him. He sure was. Let's see here. That projection from the shills. Correct. Samus is a girl. The media has been against George Lucas since Siskel and Ebert gave Star Wars 2 thumbs down in 1977. Correct. Hey, OG. Hey, Forge. I'm glad to be aboard. I still am sorry about our back and forth. You know what? It's fine. I don't mind, having a debate, going back and forth and a discussion. And yeah, it can get a little heated, or it can seem a little heated, but it's all good. When you start pushing to the ad hominem and stuff like that and stuff like that is when I start having a problem, so it's all good. There's some people that I talk to now on Twitter that in the past we had a bad back and forth about something, and shit happens. Let's see here. Talon is hot. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with each other on that. Cancel Siskel and Ebert. They're both dead already. They're already canceled. Yeah, your snarky ass, as if I didn't know who Katie Lucas was, quite entertaining. Your snarkiness is, yeah. All right. So with that being said, you guys, oh my God, I'm over 100 people in watching. Thank you. I'm at 106. Thank you so much for coming in and listening. Like I said, my Cantina nights and my coffee or my calf chat briefings are usually shorter than my regular lives, calf chat. I just wanted to come in here and shoot the shit, talk to you about the state of Disney Star Wars and what the latest trigger is. And basically the latest trigger is anything you may say that seems like it's negative towards Andor. Just like my tweet about Star Wars words for shit. They will get fucking triggered over anything. And it is crazy. It is crazy. But that's the state of Disney Star Wars. Those are the fans that they cater to. They don't have thick skin. They're weak-minded, and if you don't agree with them, then they go off on you. If you don't like what they like, they go off on you. And then they, of course, as always, make assumptions, do all this other shit going on, all this other verbiage that they do to try to put you down, to even slander the EU or calling you a shill for pre-Disney era of Star Wars. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm the EU elitist. Remember, motherfuckers? Hell yeah, I'm gonna shill for George Lucas era. That's the true Star Wars. And yes, there are things I like and I don't like about that. That's just who I am. Yes, I'm an elitist. And I'm a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper Alliance in the house. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out tonight. This is real talking with you here. Chatting about, cuss words and slang in Star Wars, going over some of the history of the words, and then the history currently behind Disney Star Wars with Andor. If you want to if you want to lay out that shield fly tape, just say something that's not even negative towards, but may seem, or they may read it wrong because, they don't have good reading comprehension, right? So say something that may appear derogatory towards Andor, and you're going to catch a lot of them shield flies in that shit. You know, it's simple. Very, very simple to do that. And thank you again for the happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much. So if you feel like seeing what's going on in the shill world, go ahead and do that. You will catch a lot of them. You will catch a lot of them shills. All right. And let's see here what's going on. Again, become a channel member. In June, we are beginning the listen party for Young Jedi Knights. I'll have more details out to you by next week before Calf Chat, if not by Calf Chat. And Calf Chat lore itinerary is Skyhook, Operation Skyhook. So we're going to talk about how the forming Rebel Alliance stole the Death Star plans and basically how they formed. We're going to recap on the formation, but also talk about how they captured, how they stole the Death Star plans and go from there. Matt Wilkins is in the house and we're getting ready to close down the operations for tonight. Scran is a shill. Heard it here first. Oh, there we go. I'm going to clip that and let him know that, people are saying Scran is a shill. That Matt heard it here first. Oh my God. Well, Matt Wilkins, the topic here was about cuss words in Star Wars, Star Wars variations of different cuss words with species and slangs and stuff like that. And what made me want to come on here and talk about it is basically the Disney Star Wars version of Bail Organa told Mon Mothma in that Andor show to tear this shit apart. So that's his language. He told Mon Mothma to tear this shit apart. I've been listening to that 2 times. And I shared the equivalents, Star Wars word equivalents of shit in a tweet. And that sure pissed off a lot of those Disney shill fans. I wonder what I sound like on 2X. Oh my God, but we're going to close out now because tomorrow I'm heading up to the powwow. I didn't do it today because I'm not competing or dancing, but I got asked to help judge a dance competition. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go up to the powwow, spend Mother's Day up there with some of my family and hang out with some friends as well, judge some dancers, have some good time listening to the drums and having some good food, all of that. So that's my day tomorrow. That's my Mother's Day. So I ain't going to do anything online here on YouTube for the channel for Mother's Day, but I may share pictures on Twitter. We'll see. Maybe I will share a video. I don't know. So thank you guys again for your continued support. And you guys, we've been kicking ass here on this channel with subscriber levels. We've gone up like from last night to today, or at this moment, we got up 40. So I am super hyped that this channel has been picking up and that people are coming this way and telling me more and more that they're tired of the state of Star Wars, what it's in today and how it's being torn apart and how it's being handled, what have you. And they've been subscribing for my content because they are tired of it and they want to hear about and talk about the lore. So thank you guys so much for your continued support. You guys are friggin' amazing. And I will catch you guys later next Thursday. Stay tuned for the Operation Skyhook lore talk and book of the week and George Lucas era facts or George Lucas facts and whatever else I have planned. And then next on the 19th, I'm going to have a special live stream because that is the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. We're not going to talk or watch the movie, but we're going to discuss the concept art for Revenge of the Sith. I thought do something different this time. And so we're going to talk about the concept art. I'm going to nerd out like I normally do and have some stuff on PowerPoint or what have you, so that we have the information, the images right in front of you as we talk about that. Happy Mother's Day, Melissa. Any other woman, mother out there that's listening, you guys have a good Mother's Day as well. And you guys, thank you again. I know I keep on going and talking because I love it here. I love chatting with you guys, but I gotta go. We all gotta go. We gotta go. So with that being said, let me go ahead and play. Where is it at? This one.
I have fought the worst of all wars and witnessed the redemption of evil. I have seen balance restored to the Force. But order can turn to chaos, as it did when I was born. Now, with my loved ones and my loyal allies, I face a new challenge unlike any before. And I'm not sure if this time we can win.
Star Wars Vector Prime by R.A. Salvatore, the first novel of the new Jedi Order.
Another happy landing.